I believe we can all agree that to become exceptionally powerful or great at doing something, one needs to acquire a certain degree of knowledge and experience. This applies to every area of human experience, including manifestation and law of attraction. This Billionaire secret codex that was discovered from a crucial missing script which originated from one of the ancient tablets, disproves literally everything you thought you knew or heard about the law of attraction and faster manifestations or miracles. To access this Billionaire secret codex which you've never seen before and which is heavily guarded by the top 1% billionaires, please take a deep breath and sit back, because what I'm about to share with you now is not what you might have seen nor read from the Bible or any spiritual books. Speaking of the Bible, for Bible scholars or seekers of knowledge, what you are about to discover is going to blow your mind and help you gain deeper insights into those extremely powerful missing scripts that have been kept and utilized by only a few percentage of people on Earth today. This is why you have never heard anything mentioned anywhere in any book you've ever read about the missing years of Jesus. Before you get put off, folks, hear me out, because it wasn't just a coincidence or mistake that over 18 crucial years of Jesus' life was never accounted for anywhere in any version of the Bible in the world. But over the decades, there has been a staggering number of hidden scripts, scrolls, and tablets being discovered around the world, and from which the canonized Bible was written. From one of these ancient scrolls came the discovery about where Jesus went to when he disappeared at 12 years old, the school he attended and the places he visited, all of which were necessary for him then to master how to invoke the power of God in him, that enabled him to perform all those miracles during his ministry. Jesus had to go away to learn the hidden truths himself, which were not readily available to the general public in his hometown. These hidden truths, as they called them, were encoded in ancient scrolls and tablets that were passed down through the ages, holding the keys to wealth, success, and prosperity. Seriously though, doesn't it intrigue you to note that some of these ancient scripts were predominantly entrusted to only a few people of certain origin and faith who make up a large percentage of those top 1% of the world's billionaires? Imagine becoming specifically educated to learn about the specific principles or tenets that will enable you to live a more fulfilling, wealthier, and happier life, without any struggles or lack. Imagine being able to effortlessly and easily attract wealth and abundance without any hard grind. Jesus himself was a powerful manifester who learned these Codex principles and knew exactly how to connect with God, the source, and that explains why he was able to perform all those miracles easily. To become able to do that, he had to disappear for almost 18 years and only showed up in his 30s to commence his ministry. Again, ever wondered why those crucial missing years were never accounted for in any version of the Bible? What happened to him, and why were the people who canonized the Bible not interested in writing about those missing 18 years of his life, knowing well that he was the Messiah? Listen, even if you're an atheist, a Christian, or any other faith, I'd still highly encourage you to watch this short video till finish, to see this powerful secret codex that you've never seen nor read before in human history. I'm going to show you this incredibly powerful Billionaire secret codex in just a moment, and you're going to be blown away by the truth that was hidden from humanity since many centuries and thousands of years ago. Although this video isn't about me or how I became a millionaire in just 9 weeks, after implementing the Billionaire Codex that I'm just about to show you, in my life and business, yet I'm going to expose their secret, regardless of whatever threats or lawsuits they may try to throw at me. Now, what you've got to realize is that you've been programmed even before you were born, to live this average or poor lifestyle that most people are accustomed to currently. In just a moment, I'm going to reveal how everything you're doing, schools, learning, seeing, hearing, watching TV programs, radio, music, YouTube, and much more, are all intentionally programmed at specific frequencies that distort your natural brainwaves, to keep your mind and brain out of sync with your real self. This way, they achieve their goal of keeping you in a docile and obedient state to do as the government and the authorities dictate. But the great news is that you're not stuck forever with your dormant and docile brain, because your brain can be rewired to tap into this Billionaire Codex that I'm about to share with you now in just a moment. This will allow you to now attract wealth and abundance effortlessly, without the usual grinding and struggles that the system had you believe was the only way. You can live a happier, successful, and more fulfilling life in any aspects you desire, be it financial, love, health, or relationship. It happens so quickly, so be prepared for the transformation. Your family and friends might even think that you've sold your soul to the devil when they see you finally manifesting the life of your dreams. Now pay attention to this. I need you to understand how seriously these people take any attempt to divulge their secrets to the world. I can't even begin to go into various lawsuits and threats I've received from celebrities and authorities, all in an attempt to shut me up and stop me from sharing this secret codex, but I'm not fazed or discouraged at all. If I can help just a tiny number of individuals who have had enough of their struggles and persistent lack and are desperate to break free and experience a better and happier life, then I would have done the world a service. So be extremely careful where you tap on your device because you may not see this video again. And in the next minute, I'm going to reveal to you how extremely close to danger I was when this Billionaire secret codex was accidentally disclosed to me, plus the Billionaire secret codex that will transform your life dramatically. But first, let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Claire Collins and I'm a 45-year-old mom of 4 gorgeous children from London, United Kingdom. I've been exceptionally blessed by God who allowed me to accidentally discover this Billionaire codex that was extracted from the heavily censored ancient tablets and scrolls, and which I'm just about to share with you. You've got to understand that it hasn't always been this cozy for me and my family. As a matter of fact, my life before I discovered this Billionaire codex was what many might describe as a huge struggle, and you're just about to see the same codex that liberated me and my family from lack and suffering to become a millionaire within a very short space of time. Now here's the truth, I didn't plan to put myself in this situation where I get to share this secret Billionaire codex that I accidentally discovered. To be honest, I didn't have to, and I could literally keep quiet and continue to enjoy my life of wealth, abundance, and luxury as I deem fit because after all, it was pretty rough for me for a long while. Those years I had to live from paycheck to paycheck, having to decide between buying Christmas and birthday presents for my kids and paying rent for the month, which if not paid, would amount to us becoming homeless. Enough about me because this is more about you now. Although I don't know you personally, but I do know that you're probably facing some kind of struggles right now and may feel like you're trapped in a hamster cage. You've probably tried everything like I did, including trying to manifest through the law of attraction, bought all sorts of self-development materials and seminars like I did, and even raked up huge amounts of debts in loans and credit cards. But this one Billionaire secret codex will have you wishing you'd seen it sooner, as it's transformed my life and the lives of tens of thousands of individuals who have been privileged to tap into it whilst this is still being shared. As I mentioned earlier, this video could be taken down any moment because they don't want average people to take back control of their lives. Now here's the thing about this secret codex that I'm about to share with you now and how it accidentally landed on my hands. I was doing okay. In fact, in the opinions of many people, they assumed that I was very comfortable. I had graduated with multiple university degrees with first class and had enjoyed successful careers in the financial industry, including the bank, accounting, etc., and I had also been in clinical practice in the medical profession as well. From the outside, I was comfortable, but deep down within, I was super uncomfortable with my life. Each day that I got back from work not knowing how on earth I made it home alive, because I would be dropping on and off to sleep as I drove home from yet another super exhausting long day. And only to wake up a few hours after hitting my bed to go back to the same work. I would miss some of the major events at my children's schools because I wasn't able to get time off work to attend, and then I would live with the guilt of disappointing my children yet again. I hated the job that I had to do to provide for my family. I hated that I wasn't home more to be with my family and be the mom and wife that I wanted to be to them. But I felt like I was trapped in this situation and had no other choice. Until one day that a thought that would change the trajectory of my life crossed my mind. I was super exhausted from my job and desperately wanted to escape alone to anywhere quiet and away from everything and everyone I knew. I had no idea where, but I booked a solo trip for a 3-day getaway to some quiet remote location, and although I had never done this before, yet I suddenly felt that burning desire to just go away for some solitude. It was scary thinking about it because my realistic mind was showing me all the risks involved in traveling solo to some strange place without company, but the desire to be alone and away from my familiar surroundings outweighed the rational thoughts that were creeping up in my mind. The very last evening I spent at this remote location was a memorable experience because I went to the bar to get a drink and was waiting to be served when I overheard these people whom I thought were friends, but it turned out that they were also business associates. One of the ladies smiled at me and beckoned me to join them as she sensed I was alone. I was at first unsure about sitting with them at the table because they all exuded opulence and wealth. I felt out of place but nevertheless sat with them. It was during the brief interaction I had with them that I realized that they were billionaires and they talked a lot about the famous celebrities and tycoons who are close friends of theirs. It was mind-boggling thinking about how such a coincidence could have happened, with my humble self being just an ordinary person and now finding myself in the same location with these billionaires and hearing their stories firsthand. I simply couldn't believe it was real, but I went with the flow. So when I was asked what I did for a living and what brought me there, my response made them chuckle and they exchanged glances with one another, before one of them asked why I chose to be in that position. I was stuttering in an attempt to answer the question and trying to explain how important and noble I thought my job was, when one of them, who appeared to have had too much to drink, started to laugh out loud and then cleared his throat when he stopped laughing. He looked me directly in my eyes and asked if I truly felt happy doing my job, and I couldn't answer that question. He then started to talk about this thing he referred to as the Codex, and got out his phone, frantically scrolled onto some page of some strange writing and tried to show me, but at this stage his friends intervened, snatched his phone away from his hand, turned it over and left it on the table, whilst trying to get him to stop talking. It was quite strange and puzzling seeing what was happening, and I heard one of them say something like, "There's no point, Nick, she's not yet seeking, so don't waste your breath." The other two quickly apologized to me, saying they had to get their friend into his room as he was drunk and now talking nonsense. Nick's phone was still on the table and they hadn't realized this as they left the bar. I tried calling after them, but the noise and music drowned my voice and so they couldn't hear me. I was at some point bemused by what just happened, but then my mind went back to what Nick was trying to show me. At that moment, I picked up the phone expecting the screen to be locked by now, but to my surprise, it wasn't locked and I couldn't resist the temptation to look at the page he was about to show me. My heart was thumping. I was confused and at the same time curious as to what the drunken billionaire was about to reveal to me. After all, it's not every day that an ordinary broke person like me gets an opportunity to meet and chat with billionaires. I couldn't recognize the writing as they were not English, and so I quickly scrolled down the page and then saw something captioned, English translation. That's when I saw the whole so-called codex that he was about to show me. I immediately took pictures of the whole writings, both the strange ones and the translated versions, with my phone before handing over Nick's phone to the waiters at the bar. I quickly left the bar to head back into my room, and praying that no one saw me taking photos of the scripts. I was sweating profusely and my heart just won't stop racing. I flew back home and wanted to be absolutely sure about my mystery codex. So I found someone with linguistic skills to translate those strange writings, which were confirmed to be some texts or scripts from some ancient scrolls and tablets, dating gazillions of years ago. The texts were confirmed to be part of the missing scripts from the original Hebrew manuscript or some tablets. The translations matched the ones that were on Nick's phone. It was this incredible and unforeseen encounter that changed my view about wealth creation. I had the opportunity to hear insightful conversations among these billionaires and how they use the Codex principles to create any amount of wealth they want, and on a consistent basis. It was incredible how super easy they made it sound, and the Codex was undoubtedly the tool that they have all been using to become the highly successful individuals that they've become today. I gained firsthand, some brief, but exceptionally valuable insights into the world of the super wealthy, hearing their personal stories of how they went from ordinary to extraordinary in a short period. So I was determined to test the Codex just to prove that they were lying to me so I could move on with my life. But shortly after implementing the principles, extraordinary things began to happen in my life and my situation began to improve. This was within a short period of time. I was blown away, and for the first time ever, my eyes started to open up more to the possibilities of rapid wealth creation, shifting my perspective on what's achievable in a short time frame. However, I still had this conflict in my mind, trying to constantly cast doubts on what I had just discovered from these billionaires, despite the results that I was seeing. It was a natural resistance that was bound to occur anyway, due to limiting beliefs. I grew up with a different mindset that's pinned on the principle that there's no easy path to success. Therefore, shifting my perspective on what's achievable in a short time frame couldn't just happen in an instant. Nevertheless, part of me resonated with a lot of the stuff they said. This encounter ignited a newfound determination and belief in my own potential to create wealth quickly, even though I had no idea how to go about this at that point in time, but it was a good starting point for me, and that set me on the path to financial success that I now enjoy. My journey took me into an uncharted territory. I read ancient books, studied a lot about quantum mechanics, metaphysics, neuroscience, and so much resources than I could now remember, and how all these relate to the world of manifestation, the law of attraction, and raising consciousness. I wanted to understand the mindset, the strategies, the secret sauce they call the Codex, and which the world's top 1% of billionaires use to create immense wealth and success. I gained deeper understanding of what Christ did when he was on earth and the concept of Christ's consciousness returning, and so much more. I learned that success isn't just about wealth, it's about aligning your inner world with your outer world. As I applied these principles, something incredible started to happen. I witnessed tangible results almost immediately. My financial situation improved and opportunities began to flow like never before. Success became a reality. I achieved milestones that I once thought were impossible. My life transformed, not just financially, but in every aspect: health, relationships, and happiness. I was able to easily buy my dream luxury home, my very own mansion. It was more than just a house, it was a symbol of my unwavering determination and success. It became possible for me to travel to beautiful places around the world on vacation. I bought luxury cars of my dream and spoiled myself with luxury clothing, handbags, shoes, and accessories that I wanted. But here's the truth about the Billionaire Codex. It's a closely guarded secret, a well-protected treasure of the world's elite. It's a pathway to success that's often hidden from the masses, known and used only by the top 1%. But why is it so guarded? You may ask. Because it's believed to work like magic every time someone gets an opportunity to use it. The top 1% guard it jealously because they don't want everyone to become billionaires. Why? I hear you ask again. Because the system, for centuries, has been designed to work in a certain way, keeping as many people as possible working 9 to 5 to enrich the bosses and those in power. But my mission is to share this knowledge with you, to break down the barriers, and to reveal the secrets that can transform lives. The Billionaire Codex shouldn't be just for the elites, it should be for anyone with the determination to unlock their full potential. I dreamt of a world where humans reconnect with themselves and reclaim their wealth and prosperity, which is their birthright. Here's a note of warning, though: as you're already aware, those in power will do whatever it takes to keep you asleep within the system. They have been attempting to restrict this video from being broadcasted to the masses. So, if you're seeing this right now, then you're one of the lucky ones. But this won't be available for long, so it's in your best interest to keep watching this video to the end. Most people will simply scroll past to watch other distractions that are designed to keep your mind off the Codex, but the ones who want to join the top 1% of the world population who made it to the top, or even just to escape their persistent struggles, are the seekers. They want more out of their uncomfortable lives. So keep watching until the end if you've made it this far, because you're on to something huge and you don't even realize it yet. And here's the incredible part: this Billionaire Codex is available to everyone who wants to tap into the secret. But we will need to cover some advertising costs to enable me to spread this to as many people around the world as possible before they shut me up. For just £35, a small contribution, you can gain access to this life-changing knowledge. Now, we know that most people won't click on this yellow button below and will simply block their chances to escape from their life of continuous struggles and lack. They will dismiss this as just one of those things, but it doesn't really affect me in any way because I'm already very successful. But the few percentage of those who have not only watched this video to the end and who have had enough of their struggles and are thirsty for a positive change in their lives are the ones who will respond. You see, the way the universe operates is unique, and those who understand the nudges and opportunities and take inspired actions are the ones that make it, and some will waste their lives as spectators, scrolling through their devices all day and wasting their lives watching other successful people live their lives. You can either choose to be a player or a spectator, but remember that we have all been given the same opportunity and abilities from within us. What you choose to create with your own abilities is your choice, but don't complain about how terrible your life has been when you consciously choose not to take any actions to improve yourself. Remember the story in the Bible where a drowning person was sent help on several occasions, but he declined, and waited for God to descend from heaven to save him. You know the rest of the story. The choice is ultimately yours, and you didn't stumble across this video by coincidence. Remember that nothing that happens in this universe is a coincidence. There's always a reason for everything, including you seeing this video. Click the button below and launch your journey to freedom from poverty and struggles, and enjoy the wealth and abundance that are your birthright. Join thousands of people whose lives have already been transformed. Together, we can all rewrite our destinies, break free from limitations, and become the exceptional individuals we were meant to be. You will get the Billionaire Codex, which is the exact blueprint of the strategy that I applied, to go from a zero bank balance and with over £100,000 in debts to £1.9 million in just 9 weeks. It's crazy to let this pass by, right? Just £35, which someone could use to buy themselves a few cans of soda or sugar-laden drinks, or cinema tickets or some other immediate and short-lived pleasure, and afterwards, then what? Back to the same life, paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth, persistent struggles. Or you can invest just £35 into a life-changing opportunity that will make you pinch yourself repeatedly, just to make sure you're not dreaming, like I still do. But the truth is that it's real. Click the link below and let's go on this awesome journey together. You can thank me later. Let's go.